everyone, I'm Haley and welcome back to At the Film School. In today's video, I'm going to share with you why I chose to be a videographer and how I got into it. So if you didn't already know about me, I basically call myself a videographer and an editor. I've been working in New York ever since I graduated from film school, and this is my primary work experience. So what that means, if you don't know, a videographer, which is different from a cinematographer, is someone who does more like corporate videos or say like more commissioned, like freelance videos for certain companies, businesses. And it's all very different in that sense because a cinematographer, at least to my knowledge, only really does creative stuff like music videos, commercials, any kind of movie, film, TV, anything like that. Both jobs that are creative in their own ways, but one is a little bit more like startup kind of company based or corporate, and the other one is a little bit more like film and TV, movie, that kind of side of things. Going to film school, going to NYU, I didn't study to be a videographer. That wasn't ever anything that was offered. And honestly, I think that's quite a missed opportunity because there's so many videography jobs that are out there. Even though it's not film related, it's still an industry thing and it's still an extremely viable way to make money. I'm constantly seeing job postings every day for people that need videographers and editors. One of the primary reasons I wanted to pursue this as opposed to something on the film or TV side is not because I dislike film or TV at all. It's honestly that it seemed a little bit more accessible to me. Number one is that honestly, like coming out of film school, something I realized about myself is that I didn't love working on set as like a production assistant. Knowing that, I went to film school for directing and I didn't even like plan to be a videographer. I kind of fell into it because I had my own camera, my own audio equipment. I didn't have lights when I was in college, but I did eventually get some when I graduated to kind of boost my production value. Basically, I think the first ever videography job that I did, it wasn't even paid, it was just a volunteer thing. My mom was at a fitness studio that was looking to have a commercial made for them. And so I was like, yeah, I have my stuff, I'll do it for you. So I set up and I filmed and I edited everything for them and I put that video on YouTube. And I'll link that below if you want to see it. It's not, it's my early work. But I really loved being able to kind of take control of what was happening, and I didn't need an entire crew behind me to make it happen. It seemed like videography to me was something perfect for my directorial skills and just kind of my need to kind of control and hold the camera and to take over. I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I'm also unfortunately the type of person that says if you want anything done right, you have to do it yourself. When I'm shooting anything, I love to be holding the camera and taking control of that. I was able to set stuff up, do things on my own terms. I could kind of control whatever my workflow was. I could do the editing on my own time, do a little work from home. It seemed like the perfect career path, especially at an entry-level point. And once you start doing more work, you build up your reel and more people start to find you or refer you to other clients, and that way you start kind of building yourself up as a business, which is very exciting. So I'll also link my portfolio down below. I have like a little website I made for myself. So again, after a while of doing a bunch of different videography jobs, I created this website and put my work up there so that now, like let's say I meet somebody randomly that needs a videographer and I say, oh perfect, I've done a variety of work for corporate clients, music videos, you name it. I've basically dabbled in it a little bit. I've done a lot of fashion work as well. So I have that all up on my website and I'll send that work out to whoever is looking for it. And if it fits for whatever their style is, then that's perfect. It works out. And even though a lot of the stuff I have done has been very structured, I also really enjoy the heart of doing videography because it does still feel creative to me. Typically the companies or the people I've worked for haven't had any kind of artistic or film school or any kind of background like that. So they just have the idea, but then they say, okay, it's up to you to bring your creativity and your different spin on it based on kind of what we want. And that's like the best part of that because I'm able to say like, okay, out of all the things that I've done and all the camera techniques I've practiced and studied and learned, I can apply that here. And those are the best days on the job is when it feels like I'm still able to put, a little bit of my own touch on things. Even if your interest is to be a cinematographer as well, videography is kind of the gateway into that. So it's a really great opportunity, especially if you have your own equipment. It really doesn't take that much to invest in just a really basic setup for your equipment. If you've got a good tripod, a really good camera, some lenses, and some lights, then basically you can start working on your own. Start like I did, doing something very simple, very volunteer work oriented. Maybe if you're in high school and you talk around and see if anybody's parents own any kind of small businesses, or if you go to like a local grocery store and say, hey, just for fun, I'd love to just try out my videography skills and make a little promotional video for you. That is a really great way to start doing things. And then again, just through networking, like if you meet someone that works for a company and say like, are you guys looking to have any kind of promotional advertising, any kind of online presence? Like, do you have a YouTube channel you're looking to boost, or maybe you have like an Instagram that you want to make a little bit better with some video stuff? That's your in, that's your key. Because so many companies nowadays are looking to expand themselves online. And again, that's why there's so many videography jobs. I have yet to feel like videography has been extremely difficult, and I've definitely learned on the job because I started out with very little equipment, very little experience on how to kind of manage my clients and my time and all that. I actually work full-time as a videographer for a company right now in finance, and I'll hopefully get to talk about that very soon. But basically, doing videography for me is just a way that I can kind of be my own boss. I don't have to be working for a production company and running around and getting coffee and not, enjoying my work or standing on my feet for 12 hours a day. I'm getting to hold the camera and be creative and do all this interesting stuff. If you think that you might be interested in this, and if you think that what I've been talking about and what I've been doing sounds like it might be something that you want to pursue, definitely ask me any questions in the comments. I'd love to answer them. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hopefully it was a little bit helpful to you guys. Maybe I'll do a part 2, kind of giving a little bit more like tips and steps on how to get into videography. And again, check out my links below if you want to see my videography work, because I feel like I haven't really shared a lot of it before, so I'd love for you guys to see it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys again soon.